What's up, everybody? Coach here, and I'm coming to you with an extra special super secret video. So, Mantic is running a campaign in my mini factory. They're doing a frontier, and one of the teams is the strike team, which is called the Scourge of Argolis, and it is basically a nameless faction that's going to be an elite squad, a super squad, and the companion has not been updated, but fear not, fellow family gamers, we have gotten the stats ahead of time. So what you're going to do is you're going to see it now. You might be able to print these up by the time this comes out, but the stats will not be in the companion app, but they'll be with us. So without further ado, let's get right to the stats of the Scourge of Argolis. Alright, so here we go. Starting off, it's the Terra of New Lantis. New Lantis. Not Atlantis, but New Lantis. So the Terra has Agile, Evade, Recon 3+, nice. Resilient 1, Stealthy, Adaptive Senses, and Hallucinogenic Pheromones. So adaptive senses and hallucinogenic pheromones are new. We're going to get to that at the end of the list, but let's see what he's got. Moves on a 2 to 3, 4 fight, 5 survive, 1 armor, 3 health points, size 2, and a 40 mil base. The Terra has the Ravenous Maw, close combat weapon, AP1, Frenzy 1 is going to set you back 3 VPs. Alright, it's basically, the Terra is the same as the other one, although he's got an adaptive senses, hallucinogenic property, hallucinogenic pheromones, and, you know, all the same stuff here. Now, the Navigator is the fear, okay? Is the fear, or the old fear from the old Deadzone Outbreak book, all right? He was the guy, has the shoulder-mounted phaser on his shoulder, kind of like the Predator weapon, and so what happened with him is he's lost all his regular keywords, but he's got all new keywords. So he's got Engineer, Gas Cloud, Smoke. All right, so basically with that, you're going to be able to drop it before or after a turn, similar to the Asterians, okay? And like I said many times before, and it's worth saying again, that the Asterians, using that, has gotten much better. It's really good, and he's a hacker. Yeah, hacker is a hacker. So, moves on a 1 to 2, 5, 4, 5, 5, 4 across the board, armor 1, 2 health points, size 1, 25 mil base. Like I said, he has a shoulder-mounted phaser, which is range 4, prey, and weight of fire. No AP. 1 VP is going to set you back 1 VP. So this guy was a leader. It seems like he was broken down a little bit to, you know, to be I guess, a rank and file. And, you know, he's lost his combat weapon. You know, he was tenacious, resilient, all that good stuff. But, yeah, range 4, AP1, he used to, no AP, used to be range 6, AP1. But now it has prey and weight of fire. There's a lot of close combat in that, so it's okay. He's okay, so I guess, because when you add this whole list up, it's about 205 points. But I guess by bringing these guys down to a more workable number, we can get them into the 200-point list. So if you look, we're going next to the Calamation. He was the Blight, so you're going to use the Blight model for that. He's got Resilient 1. He's lost Tac 1 and Tough, but like I said, you know, watering down a little bit to reach into so they can fit in that 200-point list. So it moves on a 1 to 2, 5, 4, 4 across the board here. Armor 1, 3 hit points, health points, size 2 on a 40 mil base. He has the Corrosive Blast, which is range 2, AP 1, all right, and it burns, okay? So it used to be range 3, now it's range 2. His close combat weapon is the Corrosive Maw, which is Toxic 1. It has lost AP 2. All right, it's going to set you back 2 VPs. Used to be 3 VPs. Yeah, not bad. These three, the Terror, the Navigator, and the Calamation, or if you will, the Terra, the Fear, and the Blight, which is if you need them in the vault, or on my mini factory, now's a good time to print them up so you can have them if you don't have them as leaders. But if you're running Nameless, you probably do. They're not bad. This is pretty good right here. I like that the stats really didn't change. They just lost a little bit on the front side. All right, so they kind of trimmed the fat on them. All right, we're moving down to the base guys. Let's go with the Rifleman. Rifleman hasn't changed. Resilient 1, moves on a 1 to 2, 4, 6, 5. All right, so he fights on a 6, but his range of 4, he's a Rifleman. That's what you need. Armor 1, 2 health points, size 1, 25 millimeter base. He has the crystalline rifle, range 10, giving you prey with 1 VP. So not bad. Just, he's a basic Rifleman. The Carotid. All right, I love Carotids. When I play Nameless, I take a bunch of these guys. I love to use these. He is a beast. Moves on a 2 to 3. There you go. No ranged. It's all fighting for him. Fights on a 4, survive of 5. Armor 1, 2 health points, size 2, 40 millimeter base. He has his Razor Claws, AP 1, Frenzy 2. Frenzy 2 on a fight of 4+. Love it. Okay, he's going to set you back 2 VPs. Yeah, the carrot is really good. I mean, I like to run a bunch of them when I'm playing my Nameless lists. So, I'm glad that he's in this list. Now, let's move down to the big, sexy Goliath, the Bane of New Lantis. So it seems like this is a named character Goliath because it has a bunch of stuff that we're going to look at right now. So, he has Beast, Smash 1, Solid, Tenacious, and Old Wounds. What is Old Wounds per se? Well, basically, this particular Goliath has an old wound. I guess he was from New Lantis, and he has 1 less health point. So he moves on 1 to 2, range of 5, fight of 3, survive of 4, which is just crazy there. Armor 1, which is nuts. 7 health points, but with old wounds he's got 6. Size of 4 on a 60 mil base. All right, the Goliath will give you Lashing Tentacles, which gives you knockback, and it also gives you knockback and Crushing Maw, close combat weapon, AP 3. Not bad. All right, so he's basically the same. Okay, everything is the same here. Solid, Tenacious, Smash, Beast. He's a basic Goliath, which is good in and of itself. But he's got the old wound, so which basically you're going to bring him down to 6 health points, not 7, which really helps because they are really tough to beat. Okay, so now let's look at Oberon. Project Oberon. Guess he's lost a project. So he's Resilient 1, Scout, and Stealthy, just like before. Moves on a 1 to 2. 4s across the board, officially across the board. No armor, 2 health points, size 1. All right, he has the Needler, range 5. Now, he's got Prey and Weight of Fire 1. Okay, not bad. You want to throw some prey on somebody, help some guys out. Weight of Fire 1. Toxic Shards, close combat weapon with Toxic 1, giving you, if you do happen to get a wound, you're going to get an extra one. So if you get 3 wounds, you make 4. If you make 1, you get 2. Toxic is very powerful, pretty good. Yeah, Oberon's awesome. Yeah, he really is. Like the model, like the way he looks. This is pretty good. He was 22 points in the, in just the regular as a living legend. So he's nothing has changed with him. Pretty good model here. All right, the Needle Drone or Drone. Got Agile and Hacker. His keyword had Psychic, but I guess it was redundant because when you get your Psychic Burst, so we'll get to that in a second. They move on 2 to 3, range of 6. They don't fight. They get into combat. That's it. Done. Survive. Of 5+, no armor, 2 health points, size 1, 40 mil base. All right. I don't know why 40 mil bases. I guess that's the only kind of bases they sell, the flying bases. But yeah, like I said, he's a 40 mil base. The Needle Drone has a Psychic Burst. It's a range 2 blast explosive, and it's psychic, which means that you don't need a line of sight. And what's nice is you can hide them behind a window. Behind the wall, or get them somewhere where they can't be shot at or whatever. And You could shoot through them. Even if they're not seen, somebody's on the other within range, you can get them. So, Psychic's pretty cool, range 3. Needle drones are cool. They're a lot of fun. You know, take them once in a while. You know, they'll set you back 10 points in a regular list. Now, we are going next to the Gunslinger. Right? I'm sorry. Gunslinger, right here. So, he has Hacker. Okay, which, just like before, 5s across the board officially. 1 armor, 2 health points, size 2. Okay, excuse me, size 1. On a 25 mil base, all right? 2 crystalline pistols, range 3. Got prey, rapid fire, weight of fire 1. Cost you 1 VP. Yeah, Gunslingers are great troops, all right? They're just your run-of-the-mill troop. In the list, they're 13 points. You know, you're getting armor 1, 5s across the board. A range 3 pistol. I guess for the 2 pistols, you're getting the weight of fire 1. Not bad. It's okay. All right, you know, solid troop there. I mean, Nameless are a good faction as it is. So here we go. We have 2 more. Excuse me, I'm just trying. So we're going to look up here. Don't look over here. Look over here. We have an assassin. All right. So an assassin is, assassin is another troop. And he has beast, jump pack, and stealthy. So it's hard to hit them. They move on a 2 to 3, 5, no range weapon, fight of 5, survive of 5, armor 1, 2 health points, size 1 on a 25 mil base. Okay, they have the claws, close combat, frenzy 2, set you back 1 VP. They fight frenzy 2 on a 5+ is good. I got to be honest with you. Every time I've taken an assassin, they haven't done what they needed to do. They look great on paper. For some reason, I can't get them to work. It just doesn't, it really just doesn't work for me. I don't know why, but I'll take it in the list and see what happens with this. All right, last one here. Another troop. The assassin is 13 regular. Inker here. All right, so he no range, fights on a 5, survives on a 6. No armor, 2 health points, size 1, 25 mil base. Inker has teeth, close combat on that awesome fight of 6, 1 VP. Now, the Inkers are not here to fight. They are not here to do anything. They are very good at holding objectives. They are good at being your +1 when you're in combat, which you don't want to get them in combat. But the real thing is this. Now, all you know, if you're a fan of team building exercise, everybody knows that I'm a xenobiologist. Inkers have 2 ink sacs that hang in the back, right? 2 ink sacs that hang. The first one they drop at any time, all right? And it's basically a smoke grenade, okay? They'll make a cloud of smoke in the cube, and you'll, they'll block line of sight to the models. They'll block line of sight, and it's a -1 shooting past the cube. 1 cube shooting past the cube. When they get shot and they're dead and they die, they drop the other ink sac of, the other of the 2, and they make a smoke screen in that cube, all right? So that's what they're there for. That's what I use them for. It's good because if you have a really good combat army and somebody's got a shooting army, like if you're fighting, let's say, the Enforcers, the Forge Fathers, Asterians, you might want to do this, all right? Although the Asterians have their own smoke, this is the Nameless version of it. So, moving on, specialized operations. So this is something new for these lists. And basically, after deciding which scenario to play, but before your recon rolls, choose one of the following army-wide special rules. If more players have these options, choose in secret and reveal it simultaneously. So, if you're fighting, say, the Hot 7, or you're fighting the Arias contract, you pick one, your opponent picks one, and you say, haha, this is it. So, let's start with number 1. The water forming has begun. At the start of every round, the Nameless player selects one row or column of the board, an orthogonal line of 8 cubes, and rolls a d8 to randomly determine one cube on level 1 affected by a water geyser. Resolve it like a booby trap triggered in that cube. Only any models are affected. Oh, so that's good, so that the Nameless are unaffected. Any model not scattering must be moved to an adjacent empty cube. So any models not scattered must be moved to an adjacent cube by the controlling player. The geyser cube cannot be occupied for the rest of the game. If the cube contains an objective of any kind, scatter to an eligible adjacent cube. So basically, you're making a booby trap that stays for the whole time, all right? And the geyser cannot be occupied for the rest of the game. So you're basically killing a cube, all right? But it's got to be on level 1. So, all right, that's okay. It's flavorful. It's kind of a cool thing. It makes sense with the nameless. All right, they're closer than you think. The Terra, the Inker, Assassin, and Navigator may advance 1 cube when scout moves are made. Okay, so if you have a when you have an opponent with scout, and you can do it. So the Terra, the Inker, the Assassin, and Navigator may advance 1 cube when scout moves are made, because these guys don't have scouts, so they move up 1. Not bad. All right, that's all right. All right, psychologically broken. Enemy models that have the prey marker or are currently in a cube with a smoke marker have the rampage keyword. All right, so enemies with the prey marker or are currently in a cube with a smoke marker have the rampage keyword. I tell you what, that's not bad, man. They got a roll, they get a wound all the time. That's all right. I like that one a lot. So jellyfish, the Goliath may ignore cube or gap size limitations when moving, but must end its movement in a cube that it fits in, that it can fit in. It receives a single wound at the end of the advance or sprint action when it uses this ability before any other triggers happen. Nah, I'm not too crazy about this one. I don't really like things like when you take a wound for it. So he's going to receive a wound if he uses this. All right. So this one is super situational. What I think would have been cool is if you did it like charged, where he would use this, but then you have to roll a survive dice. So the Goliath, he saves on a 4. So you'd have to do like a 3 dice, 2 success to do it. I think that might have happened. But yeah, it's all right. So honestly, psychologically broken, I would say that's my number 1, man. I like that a lot, man. Woo! That makes your Rifleman and your Gunslinger and, just the other guys that have prey that much more stronger. I really like that a lot. Closer than you think, Terra, Inker, Assassin, and Navigator may advance 1 cube when the scout moves are made. That's not too bad either. The water forming has begun. It's flavorful. That's pretty good. That's kind of narrative if you want to do that. And the jellyfish, I'm not too crazy about. So I'm saying psychologically broken, they're closer than you think. Water forming, number 3, and jellyfish, number 4. So let's go down to a few more of these things here. So we're talking, this is our splat. All right. We have adaptive senses. The Terra gains tactician passively, where N is the highest tactician value of an enemy model in range 4 of that or was eliminated by the Terra. So if the Terra kills, let's say, a tac 3, then he gets the tac 3. He gets that, gets tac 3 for himself. So I guess it's kind of like maybe something like Starship Troopers. The Terra gets in you and sucks your brains out, and you become, he gets all the tactical knowledge and, kind of digests it and is able to use it. The Terra gains tactician N passively, where N is the highest tactician value of an enemy within range 4. So he's got to be 4 away from you. So the Terra's basically got to eat somebody that does it, because within range 4. A lot of guys have tac 1. I kind of like the fact that he does this. But what I like is this is not the splat. All right, this is not the splat. This is something that he has, something cool that Terra has. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's something that is very situational, but it won't hurt you if it doesn't happen. All right. So hallucinogenic pheromones spend a special order. So now you're rolling your splat. Spend a special order result when your opponent uses an advance, shoot, or fight dice during a model's activation. That model becomes pinned after carrying out all effects of the dice. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. All right, so when you use your opponent uses a move, shoot, or fight dice, one of the Holy Trinity right there, you can use a splat that let's say a guy makes a shoot action, moves, shoots, and then shoots again. You can use your special order to pin the model. That's pretty good. So basically, he uses everything. His turn is over. Oh, I'm going to make you pin. You use your move dice. Oh, I'm going to make you pin because you use an extra fight dice. Imagine he gets into combat. All right, and he's kicking ass in there, and then he uses an extra fight or uses an extra move, moving 2 or 3, sprinting into the cube, uses it, fights, and then the other guy's still alive. And then you say, okay, I'm going to pin you now using a splat. And he goes down and you could attack him and he only survives. That's really crazy. That's freaking crazy. I like that a lot, man. All right. So far, so good. All right. I'm digging this one. All right. Old wounds. After the encounter on Argolis, the Goliath never fully recovered. And he starts the game with a wound token. That was what I was saying before. So instead of 7, he'll have 6 wounds. So... yeah, this is the Scourge of Argolis. All right, so here's the Scourge of Argolis. So, it's a decent nameless list. I don't mind this one. All right, so looking on paper is pretty good. I'm digging the Terra. I like the hallucinogenic pheromones. I think that's great. His adaptive senses is not bad. You got all your troops in there: Gunslinger, Inker, Rifleman, the Gunslinger. Like I said, Rifleman. Pretty good. The character's my favorite. Goliath, you can't dispute that he's one of the bad dudes, but this particular guy has a wound on it. So I think maybe if you're doing this list, it'd be cool, a hobby type deal where let's say you have one or you're gonna print this guy up, because I think he was in the one of the loyalty rewards that we got, and you can print him up, maybe get a hobby knife or something, put a wound on him, and you know that he's got the 6 wounds instead of 7. Pretty cool. Like I said, Caratids, I love. Oberon's great. Inkers, I like to take Inkers. Okay, I do. Calamation and Navigator. You know what? This is an elite list. This is something where they get their creativity out and stretch their wings. I don't have a problem with it. Love the models. I have both models from Star Saga. I was really digging it. I actually ordered when Star Saga came out. I ordered extra set of Nameless, which I actually gave to Ryan, and it's pretty cool. So I like the fact that these guys they're not leaders. All right, they are both not leaders in this, but they're kind of watered down a little bit to make them fit into the list. So they're just basically characters, maybe living legends, maybe similar to Oberon. But not overpowered where you really have to worry about them, because as leaders, the Calamation, which was the Blight, is like one of my favorite guys to take, and then the Fear, who probably is not he's not around anymore, but yeah, oh well, he is in the list, I'm sorry, but yeah, these are guys you can take, and now you can print them up. I think it's good. This is a pretty flavorful list. I'm digging it. Let's get this on the table. I don't have to really print these guys because I already have all these models, so we can get a battle report out to you a little bit quicker than having to print and paint. But what do you think? All right, what do you think? Do you like these lists? I'm digging this Scourge of Argolis. I really like this one. I think I'm going to try see what I can do. Probably Ryan would want to do it because he is the resident Nameless player here. But like I said, what do you think? Tell me what you think about this list. Tell me what you think about theme list, and tell me what you think about some other stuff that's in there. But I appreciate you sticking with me, man. This is a good one. This is a lot of fun. I like bringing you the breaking news, as it happens. All right, but we'd like to thank our Patreon guys. We'd like to thank our channel subscribers, and there's a link down below that has a link to all of our social medias. Definitely jump on our Discord, man. We've been rocking and rolling. A lot of discussion about the different things with Deadzone. It's been just nonstop lately. I'm at work and I'm at home, and my Discord's going off, so I'd love to see you guys in there. But on the screen right now, there are 2 videos, and you should check out another one of them, because that's what we do here. We do a lot of videos for Deadzone especially. And do me a favor, if this is your first time here, just click that subscribe button. It costs you nothing, and it really helps us out. And if you could, give us a thumbs up and leave a comment. But this is Coach signing off, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.